Sut wyt ti heddiw? Good morning everyone, how are you? Welcome to Well with Samantha. I'm Samantha and this is your third video in the Febreathary series. Today we are going to be practicing a pranayama practice that is really commonly used in yoga called Sama Vritti breath, or square breath as it's more, I suppose, commonly referred to, certainly outside of yoga. Before we get started though, make sure if you're watching this on YouTube that you hit the like button and the subscribe button as well, and the little bell so that you always get notified when a video goes live. My videos typically go live every Tuesday and every Friday. As you guys know, we lost our 6-year-old Frenchie a couple of weeks ago, so these videos are a little bit behind and I am really sorry about that, but I didn't want to force myself to record these videos because it just would have felt completely disingenuous. So thank you for being so patient and for understanding, and so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. What is Sama Vritti breath? Well, it's more commonly referred to as square breath, and that is because we will breathe in for the same amount of time as we breathe out, but we're also going to hold our breath for the same amount of time in between the in breath and the out breath. So typically you would breathe in for, say, a count of 4, you will hold your breath for a count of 4, you'll breathe out for a count of 4 and then hold your breath for a count of 4 before starting again. So oftentimes it helps people to visualize drawing a square in their mind as they're going through the breathing technique. So it's really simple. And the way that this works is that when we make sure that our inhale and our exhale are the same count, or the exhale is longer, what it does is it activates our parasympathetic nervous system. So we have within our autonomic nervous system, we have our sympathetic nervous system, or our fight or flight mode. So that's when the adrenaline's pumping, the cortisol is pumping through our body. It gets us ready for that. Well, in caveman times, it gets us ready for fight or flight. So are we going to fight or are we going to run in the opposite direction? More commonly, it's usually a stress response that's activated when we open up our emails, for example, are having to confront a situation that we would really prefer not to deal with, perhaps. So it can be activated quite easily, this particular stress response, and unfortunately, although we have in many ways developed and the world around us has developed, certainly with technology, our bodies and the way that they respond to things haven't actually evolved a huge amount with at the same time, if you like. So these kind of stress responses are quite I suppose an animalistic response, and they can be great in the moment, but if we keep our body in that state of fight or flight for a long period of time, it can have detrimental effects on our body and our bodily functions, because when we're in fight or flight mode, our body doesn't digest food, digestion stops. Now if we're in that fight or flight mode, which is that kind of higher kind of state, then we could end up suffering with abdominal and digestive issues. For example, say IBS, constipation, diarrhea, all of those things. And that's not great. Also, when you bear in mind that 70% of our immune health, our immune system, if you like, is found within our gut, okay? we want to make sure that we're keeping our gut as healthy as possible. So fight or flight mode for prolonged periods of time isn't a great place for our bodies to be. So the good news is we can bring ourselves out of that fight or flight mode. We can switch off our sympathetic nervous system purely through our breathing. So when we extend our exhalation by a couple of counts, so we make sure our exhalation is the same count as the inhalation, we shift over into our rest and digest mode, or what we do is we activate our parasympathetic nervous system. So what that does is it fools our body and our brain into thinking that everything is calm, everything is okay, even when it might not be. The reality might be very different, okay? It brings our body into that calmer state. It switches on the digestive system, and that means then our bodies can relax. So our breath is something that we take for granted so much. We do it every day, right? We do it without thinking about it because we have to. And yet it's the one thing that we all have access to for our own mental and physical health and well-being. So it is something that we can tap into whenever we want to bring us back into the present moment. Okay? So square breath is based around those kind of fundamentals. And so what we're going to do is I'm going to guide you through, I'm going to count you through the breathing, and we are going to practice Sama Vritti breath or square breath together. Bring yourself to a comfortable position. If you are lying down, if you're in bed, if you're on the sofa, if you've got your legs up the wall, if you're lying down on your mat, that's fine. I'm going to sit cross-legged because it's just more comfortable for me this way. Feel free to join me here, or if you want to be in mermaid, or perhaps you prefer kneeling on the knees. Honestly, whatever you prefer is totally up to you, as long as you are comfortable, because we're going to be here for a while. So get comfortable. Feel free to get the blankets, get the pillows, get your jumper, get your slippers on, maybe get your eye pillow or your eye mask. Get really comfortable and gently close your eyes. Start to take note of your breath. Where is it landing? How does it feel? Don't judge it. Don't try and put a label on it. Just notice it. And when you're ready, we are going to start our Sama Vritti Pranayama practice. Take a deep breath in through the nose for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out through the mouth for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe out through the mouth for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4, 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue at your own pace. Feel free to place your hands on your belly, one hand on your belly, one hand on your chest, or bring your hands to your knees or to your sides, whatever's comfortable for you, and let's continue at our own pace. This time, as you breathe in for a count of 4, try and push your belly out as far as you can as you feel your lungs really fill up with that air. Hold. And as you exhale, try exhaling through pursed lips, drawing your belly button in towards your spine. And remember to hold. Try again. As you inhale, take that breath all the way down to the belly, push it all the way out. Holding for a count of 4. And as you exhale through pursed lips, draw the belly button in towards the spine as you expel all of that air out of your lungs. Holding for 4. And again, as you inhale, draw that air all the way down, fill up your lungs, push the belly out. Holding for 4. And as you exhale through pursed lips, draw the belly button in towards the spine as you expel all of that carbon dioxide out of the lungs. Let's go for another round. Inhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4. 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4. 3, 2, 1. Inhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4. 3, 2, 1. Exhale for 4. 3, 2, 1. Hold for 4. 3, 2, 1. Let's do 3 more at our own pace here. And when you're ready, return to your natural breath. Again, no judgment here. Just notice where it lands, notice how it feels, and notice if there's a difference to how it landed and how it felt before we started practicing our Sama Vritti Pranayama. When you're ready, rub the palms of your hands together in front of you. Feel that warmth building. Place the hands gently over the eyes. Feel that warmth emanate into your eyes, into your body. Keeping the eyes closed, draw the hands away from the eyes slowly, placing them one on top of the other at your heart center. And when you're ready, gently flicker open the eyes. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you found that helpful. Sama Vritti Pranayama, or square breath, is so helpful in times of anxiety, in times of panic and worry. It's so good if you feel like you can't catch your breath. It's a great way to help you feel like you are back in control of whatever situation you're in, even if you maybe do feel completely out of control, like you can't control what's happening around you. This brings a level of control back, so that you feel more empowered to deal with that situation that you possibly don't have any control over. So I hope that you found this helpful. I really recommend taking some time after each breathwork practice or pranayama practice to write in my journal. It just helps to get everything out, everything that came up for me in that practice, whether it was an emotion, a thought, a memory, something that I'm worried about that may or may not happen in the future, something that I feel strongly about that happened in my past. I like to write, get it all out of my system. It's very cathartic and it helps, I find, especially when you take the time to sit or to stop at least and breathe, because when we do that, it brings us right into the present moment and it forces us to really take notice of how we are feeling and how we are responding to the things around us, the external things around us. And when we do that, for me personally, it helps massively to write it out afterwards, to really release it and let it go. It's almost like completes the process that I've just done, okay? So I really would love for you to try that for yourself if it isn't something that you do already, and just see how it works for you. It definitely helps to have a pretty notebook as well. It's, you know, something that you look forward to writing in. But regardless, I hope that this has helped you in some way, and know that you can always come back to it whenever you need it. Thank you again for joining me. I hope you have a lovely rest of the day, and I hope to see you next Tuesday for our next pranayama practice. Take care, stay well, bye.